I can bring you some tea if you want. I have a collection that I'm quite proud of.
I thought you were in bed. You've just started back at university. Of course you'd be tired. And we had a fun holiday together. I honestly think we deserved it, after everything we went through. It sure was something. But I'm glad we made it out in one piece. You're so fixed on the stars. Is there something on your mind? The sky brings out our deepest contemplations. For me, at least. I don't know. There's something about the illusion of infinity when you look up. What I think of? A lot of things. Mostly, I think of you when you're not with me. Just how you are, what you've been doing, things like that. I could call you, but I don't want to take up all of your time. I don't want to look needy or clingy, as if I can't function without you. We're both independent people doing our own thing, living our lives. But now that we're doing it together, I'm still trying to find the balance between accepting that I miss you and acknowledging that you had a life to live before me. And I don't want to intrude into that time and take you away from other people. I don't know, friends, family. As much as I want you to think of nothing but me, I know that can never be the case, and I'm okay with that. When we're like this, and I have you with me, I think about my brother and wonder if he's doing okay. I think about the decisions I've made and how my life might have been different if I chose another path. I often think about what would have happened if I didn't accept the position, if I continued my studies or pursued another profession. Sometimes it feels like my decision was inevitable, but you can't help but wonder. Right now, I'm thinking about what it would take to make you have a good sleep. I know you haven't been able to sleep properly, but I'm hoping you'll find some form of comfort here. Look at me. I can tell you're tired. Come. Lay your head against my chest. Like that. You're still tense. Relax. Don't worry about the weight. I can take it. Just let everything go. Relax your muscles. Take deep breaths. Calm your mind. And focus on the sounds from outside, or me, whichever calms you more. Some people sleep better on their own. Others sleep better knowing they're not alone. I think that because you've been stressing about your new year and the personal things that have been going on recently, you haven't given yourself any relief. But I hope being here with me will help somehow. You feel relaxed around me? Good. Then close your eyes and drift. A story. I'm not a good storyteller, unfortunately. I'm not that kind of writer. I write poems well enough, but I wouldn't say improvisation is my strong point. I'm more of a designer. The structure defines the writing. Something about me? I suppose I could. For you. Let's see. What do you want to know about? Oh, my teenage years were as you'd expect. Nothing out of the ordinary for the majority of my school life. I started ahead of kids my age. The teachers said that I was academically gifted. I picked up things much faster than others, so I was always ahead. My brother didn't like that, though. He'd always try to prove himself, and I felt bad that I was beginning to create this rift between us. Even so, as the older one, I wanted to protect him, and we got along during the first 2 schools. But I entered high school earlier because the material they were giving wasn't challenging enough for me. Yes, it was weird. The kids there were at least 2 years older than I was. It was like I skipped a couple years of my life. I was first with children my own age, and then a few months later I was surrounded by teenagers. No, my brother stayed. I remember him being upset that he couldn't come with me, but that was how it had to be. Perhaps that was the start of when we drifted. Anyway, because it was a new school and I had to make new friends, I felt like an outcast. You know how high school is. Sometimes the smart ones are popular, and sometimes they're not. And because the staff informed the pupils about me before arriving, they looked at me strangely from the moment I enrolled. Some were fascinated, as you'd expect, asking me questions they wouldn't think a kid my age would understand. But as time went on, one teacher had taken an interest in my capabilities. She... No, I'm fine. It's just... It's been a while since I've thought of her. It's okay. I trust you. I think she might have seen I was alone during breaks and lunches, so she offered to teach me while I ate lunch in her classroom. And it seemed like the perfect way to spend my time. I didn't have to be involved with the other kids, and I could learn more complex material. Yes, she was one of the smartest teachers I've ever had. I owe a lot to her. Sometimes we'd just have conversations. She'd tell me about herself, and I opened up to her. It went on like that for over a year, and I trusted her completely. She gave me her old materials for me to keep and study, brought me gifts. All in all, she was the only person I looked forward to seeing. At some point, her friendliness changed to something more. Instead of teaching me as a student with her at the desk, she'd sit next to me. And there were times she'd hug me, hold my hands, and praise me, give me a kiss on the cheek. I didn't understand it until I was older to grasp what was actually happening. I told my parents, but even then I didn't get why they were so angry. So they went to the headmaster. But ironically, the teacher was the headmaster's daughter. Apparently the school couldn't afford any scandals because of their status as the best high school in the area. My parents wanted to expose it to the media, but the headmaster offered them something they couldn't refuse. A recommendation to a prestigious academy in a different town. I just thought that they decided to move somewhere, and the academy was a lucky break. They only told me the truth when I graduated from there. And I remember feeling betrayed. But then for me to have done what I did... I know it's different. But I couldn't get it out of my head. That's not really a story one should share like this. You're right. I do feel comfortable around you. So much so that I seem to spew whatever comes to my mind. You have that effect. I love you too. I'm learning that I can trust you with anything. I haven't told anyone that story. Not even my brother, though I know it wouldn't change things between us. Maybe one day you can meet him. If I manage to get in touch, I'll bring you along. I think someone should know that you're mine. I'm rather scared of that mind of yours. You can be conniving. I know you'd hide something up your sleeve. Anything that'd make me embarrassed or flustered. You're definitely the type to think outside of the box, so I have to be prepared, even if it's a cordial conversation with my family. You practically confessed to me in an assignment. I think that's considered outside the box. Think what you want. All I know is that you're someone who keeps me on my toes. And of course I think about you all the time. When do I not, should be the question. I admit I'm smitten. I admit that I love you. What more do you want me to say? You have no right demanding things. Not when you need to sleep. One more kiss, and then you'll try and sleep? Fine. I take responsibility for keeping you awake. Even if you asked, you need good rest, not a pitiful story to keep you up. Okay. I take that back then. relaxed. And you? Good. You don't need to move. This is comfortable for me. Stop thinking so much. You're fine. Think of what relaxes you. Let it fill your mind. You can tell I'm getting tired, huh? It should be you, not me. What I think of... sunrise scenarios. Like... waking up with you, kissing you on the forehead and leaving you to sleep while I make breakfast for both of us. My mom always used to have crumpets and apple juice at the ready. Nowadays I'd substitute the apple juice for a cup of tea. Not the crumpets though, they can stay. The picture-perfect morning. Leaning against the counter while I watch you yawn and wipe the sleep away. I'm not a hopeless romantic. It's a moment that I'd relish. A moment that shows I'm living the life I always wanted with a partner who captivates me, who I love. And right now, that's you. So it's your turn. Think of your own sunrise scenario. How you'd plan out that perfect morning. The smell of coffee or an arm over your waist, sizzling bacon or tweeting birds. Dream of anything. Imagination is only bound by your own limits. Sleep. you asleep. I never thought I'd have you like this. I'm the luckiest man, despite it all. Sunrise scenarios. Since when did I get so sappy?